Assalamualaikum everyone, this is me Abu Ahmed Chaudhary and welcome to AMI Physics class. Today we are going to start a new chapter, so let's not delay anymore, let's begin. So, I would request everyone to give the name and the number of the chapter 3.01, speed, velocity and acceleration. So, I am starting from the beginning. Again, just to give a short reminder of what we have done in the previous class. In the previous class, we have learned about this chapter, a few things from this chapter, and a few things which was that what is the speed and how to measure speed. Also, what is the unit of speed. So, the thing we have learned about speed is that the definition, or we have known what is speed. The rate of distance is called speed. The rate of distance is called speed. Or we can say that the rate of change of position, or we can say that the rate of change of position in any direction is known as speed. The rate of change of position in any direction is known as speed. Speed equals to distance moved by time taken. Distance moved by time taken. V equals to S by T. Here by V we represent speed, by S we represent distance moved, and time T for time taken. So V equals to S by T. The speed equals to total distance traveled by time taken. The speed is measured in meters per second. See, the SI unit of distance is meter. The SI unit of distance is meter and the SI unit of time is second. So when we are going to divide distance by time, so it is giving us meter per second. So in this way, the SI unit or the unit of measuring speed is meter per second. We can also measure speed in kilometer per second, kilometer per hour, or meter per hour, or meter per minute, kilometer per minute. Anyway, but the SI unit or the main unit is that meter per second. Now let's look to an example. Now look us to an example. So here in the example we can see that we have written that if a car travels or covers a distance of 5 km in 3 hours, calculate the speed at which it was traveling. Calculate the speed at which it was traveling. So the things which we are given here is with distance and the time. The things that are given here is the distance and the time. The thing we are asked to find is the speed. So the speed equals to, we know the formula, distance over time. Distance by time. So first we know the distance or the SI unit of the distance is meter. So and here the distance is given us in kilometers. So we need to convert this kilometer into meter at the very beginning. At the very beginning, we need to first convert this kilometer into meter. If it is asked, if the question asks you to find the answer in kilometer per hour, if the question asks you to find the answer in kilometer per hour, then you don't need to convert the distance and the time in their SI units. And if it doesn't, then you have to convert it to the SI units. So the SI unit of distance is meter. So 5 kilometer is equal to 5,000 meter. How? We know that 1 kilometer equals to 1,000 meter. So 5 kilometer equals to 5 into 1,000 meter, which gives us 5,000 meter. Now let's come to the point time. Time has been given us in 3 hours. 3 hour time has been given us. Now we need to convert it to seconds. So first we need to multiply 3 with 60 to convert hours into minutes. Then again we have to convert that minute into second by multiplying it with 60. So this way sorry. For this reason, I have directly multiplied with 3600, or I have shown 60 into 60. We can now 3 hours time is given. We can directly multiply 3 into 3600 and we will get the result 10800 seconds. 108 10,800 seconds. 10,800 seconds. 3 hours contain 10,800 seconds. So, according to the formula, speed equals to distance by time. 5,000 meter by 10,800 seconds. 5,000 meter by 10,800 seconds. 0. Which gives us 0.46296 meter per second, or 0.463 meter per second. The first answer is still 5 significant figures. After point, I have written till 5 significant figures. And the second answer is I have written till 3 significant figures after decimal. And you can see that the meter per second in both answers are written differently. You can give meter m/s, that's also shows meter per second, or ms to the power m into s to the power -1. It also shows meter per second. Now, first we have to calculate, as I have said that first we have to make the calculation of the distance and the time in SI units, as it is the rule. As SI unit of distance is meter and SI unit of time is seconds, so the SI unit of speed is meter per second, as we have discussed it in previously. Now let's come to the next point, that what is velocity. Now let's come to the point that what is velocity. Velocity is the speed at which something moves in a particular direction. Velocity is the speed at which something moves in a particular direction. V equals to displacement over time. V equals to displacement over time. V equals to del x by del t, means changing displacement by changing time. Now let us know that what is displacement. Displacement is the distance between the final position and the initial position. Displacement is the distance between the final position and initial position. Let me show you. I hope you guys are taking access of the things which I have written in the board. So, as you guys are seeing here, that I have written the definition of velocity. Velocity is the speed in which something is moving in a specific direction. Velocity is the speed in which something is moving in a speed direction. At first, it doesn't move. First thing you have to confirm that it is not moving in any direction. The difference between speed and velocity is that speed is the movement of object in any direction. Speed is the movement of object in any direction, or the rate of movement of object in any direction. Speed is equal to the rate of movement of object in any direction. But velocity is the speed velocity is a speed in which something is moving. But velocity is the speed in which something is moving in a specific direction, which means that the object will have a speed in a specific direction. It should be downwards, upwards, rightwards, towards right or towards left, or it should be towards front or towards back. It should have any specific direction. So the formula of velocity is velocity equals to change in displacement over change in time. Velocity is equals to change in displacement by change in time. Here the word I have given V equals to triangle x by triangle t. The thing which is the shape triangle here represents the word del. The triangle here is called del. It should be del x by del t. It is del x by del t. Here this triangle represents changes in. See, I have already written in star mark that triangle, this means change in, and this concept is usually used in IGCSE and IAL, which means International Advanced Level and International General Secondary Certificate Education. In this two curriculum, physics and chemistry, this thing is used. I am using it in advance to make you guys advance than your other classmates. So now let's come to the point that what is displacement. Displacement is the distance between the final position and the initial position. Let me write this also. I hope you guys are writing the answers which I am writing on the board. Are taking access of the things. These things are very important. These things will gonna come in your exam definitely. So see, displacement is the distance between the final position and the initial position. Displacement is the distance between the final position and the initial position. Now let's look to an example. For example, if a person travels 10 km to the north from the center of the earth. For another example, just think of yourself as a person. Just think yourself as a person. The point you are standing here, suppose this is the center of the earth, and what 10 steps forward, and what 10 steps forward. One step, just think as one step as 1 kilometer. If you think one step as 1 kilometer, and if you walk 10 steps ahead or 10 steps forward, and then again after 10 steps stop there, and again come back at the 10 steps, you will end up in the same position from where you have started. You will end up in the same position from the position you have started. This is the reason that the displacement is 0, as final position is 10 steps. 10 steps ahead north, and initial was 10 steps back. So final is 10 step minus 10 step, which is 0. So your displacement is 0, but here the distance you have covered, if the distance is covered, then how much the person has covered, distance covered? একটা মানুষ যদি পৃথিবীর মূল পয়েন্ট থেকে যদি সে 10 কিলোমিটার নর্থের দিকে হাঁটে এবং সে 10 কিলোমিটার ফেরত আছে, সে 10 কিলোমিটার নর্থের সেন্টার থেকে 10 কিলোমিটার নর্থে যেখানে পৌঁছাবে, তার 10 কিলোমিটার যেখানে হবে, ঠিক সেখান থেকে সে আবার পৃথিবীর সেন্টারে যদি পৃথিবীর সেন্টারে আসে 10 কিলোমিটারই হাঁটা হবে তার ডিসপ্লেসমেন্টটা ঠিকই 0 হবে, কিন্তু সে ডিস্টেন্স কভার করবে 20 কিলোমিটার। সে ডিস্টেন্স কভার করবে 20 কিলোমিটার। That's the difference. So let's learn about acceleration right now. The rate of change of velocity in a specific direction is called or is known as acceleration. The rate of change of velocity in a specific direction is known as acceleration. Acceleration is equals to change in velocity by time. By change in velocity, I mean that final velocity minus initial velocity by time. And deceleration. Deceleration means the rate of change of losing velocity is called retardation or deceleration. For example, I give you an example that a ball, I have thrown a ball, or a car is moving. A car is moving forwards. A car is moving forwards to someone from point A to point B, a car is moving and it is accelerating. But when the car is going to move from point B to point A, in reverse it is decelerating. We are going to learn more about acceleration, deceleration in the next class, inshallah. So, assalamu alaikum everyone, and I hope that you have learned something today.